Good afternoon, all. How are we all doing? Hope you're all keeping well. Um, First of all, before I crack on with this, I do want to say there has now just been some building work going on outside, so hopefully it doesn't pick up too loud. Um, and also, I'd say thank you for the feedback last week. It was great. Good, bad, or indifferent. I didn't expect it to get the response it did. So I'm really, really pleased. And yeah, hopefully if you stuck around for this one, then excellent. And welcome aboard if this is the first time you're watching. So um, Rovers, finally. I say finally, we won 2 weeks ago. But it feels like a lifetime ago. We got a big 3 points yesterday, beat Carlisle, and I was absolutely delighted. I think everyone was delighted. Contrary to what a couple of people may have thought on Twitter, I did enjoy the game yesterday. It doesn't change my opinion on the manager. Was it the best time to put out that tweet? Probably not, but hey, we live and learn. Um, but yeah, it was just nice to win a game and not have to worry about the opposition scoring. I mean, a lot of that was down to Carlisle. They're absolutely dire. However, you can only beat what's in front of you, and that's what we did. And the first half was very slow, and as was the second half. Rovers' defence, when needed, was called upon, and that's absolutely fine. You're not going to win pretty every week. Today was one of those where you take what you get what brings out is white to the table, and you have it, you eat it. You know, yesterday was one of those games, and you're going to need a bit of that to get out of this division. It's not going to be pretty all the time, and the defence stood firm. Luca Hall was outstanding. He looks like he's been playing in that position for 10 years. Harry's did all right. I thought he did all right. I think he certainly is probably our second best centre half we've got behind Taylor at the moment. I'm sorry to Kilgore and others, but that's my opinion. I think Harry's has improved. I mean, I know we're in a lower division, which could explain why. And I think when the subs came on when they needed to, obviously Brown went off, who I thought was having a decent game. The subs when they came on were absolutely excellent. So there isn't really much to complain about in terms of the game itself. It was a very, very dull game. It's as dull as dishwater, but it was good to just get a positive result, especially after that hammering we got last week. I know the scoreline wasn't a hammering, a 3-1 defeat, but we got absolutely pummeled last week. And for that not to happen for the second straight week in a row, and against an absolutely poor side in Carlisle, was good to see. Because we could have easily capitulated again. But the lineup I thought was attacking. It felt a bit fresh in a way. It was good to see the likes of Nicholson and Thomas on the bench again. And when they came on, they just put that little bit extra on top that Rovers needed. And not to take away from Evans as well. Evans scored a cracking goal and a real good solo goal that he made himself. And as much as I think people criticise Glenn Whelan for being slow, he had a good hand in the goal yesterday. I hope it was him. I've just said that. I thought he did okay, Glenn Whelan. I thought he did better than Coots. I think Coots did all right, but I think if you're going to play two holding midfielders, I think you've got to play with Grant and Whelan. I think people say Martinez. I don't know. Martinez hasn't played a game of football this season, so who knows? But I think Grant and Whelan is the best bet. I think in that position. But Coots was fine. But I think just Whelan and Coots together, I think they're just too slow. And there was a few times where Carlisle just went through the middle of them, and then on another day they could have been in there. But all in all, Rovers, they did what they needed to do, and that's all I can really say. It wasn't pretty, but we did what we needed to do, and I think that's important going forward. It's not going to change overnight. Because when Rovers have won a game before, we've never gotten back-to-back games. I don't think we won back-to-back games now for about a year, and that was under Garner, I think. So it'd be good if we can win next week. It will be hard against Bradford, but fingers crossed we'll be able to get something there. I don't see why not if we played like we did in the last sort of half an hour yesterday. My fear is that we'll kind of just go back to how we were before and just sit back. If you sit back against a good team like Bradford, you'll lose, like we did against Swindon. So I think it was good to see the players who I would say have been overlooked, but maybe not been given a chance as much. The likes of Collins, he played. I think he played the whole game or played the majority of the game yesterday. Excellent. Took his opportunity. Didn't score a goal, but was a handful. Um, Whelan and Coots. Coots hasn't been great, but them two together, they both played. They were all right. I don't think they worked well together, but I do think there was one Rovers player, and I looked at that team and think he had a poor game. I thought they all played really well, and it was a positive reaction to an appalling defeat last week. Yes, it wasn't against a startling team we were up against, but it's a building block in the right direction, and fingers crossed Rovers can start to rack up a few wins from here, and Rovers need to start pulling their finger out and taking this division seriously, because if we're not careful, it will chew us and spit us out. I don't think we'll go down, but I do think Rovers have got to go careful. Their season just doesn't slide into mid-table mediocrity, and if they want to get away from that, they need to start picking up some results now. This is maybe looking a bit too far ahead, but I think if Rovers can be in the top half come the new year, and then maybe bring in a few new players in January, maybe push on for the playoffs that way, I'll be absolutely fine with that. It's going to be a bumpy next 7 or 8 months until the season's over, but we're Rovers. We never do things the easy way. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm incredibly tired. Had a couple of drinks to celebrate the victory last night. Woke up at 1 o'clock, then woke up at 3 o'clock, woke up at 7, and been awake ever since. So I'm a little worse for wear today. And I'll be up next Sunday after the Bradford game. Fingers crossed we'll get the 3 points there. And again, big thank you for all the love and support last week. And hopefully you stuck around for this one. I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.